passionate about filing their accounts or reporting serious incidents. It's the change that people want to see. The clothing, the education, the sanitation, the medical support, the winter survival kits, the mental health support, the schooling to children who would otherwise enter adulthood without any education, the rescue boats which rescue migrants in distress at sea, the stationery shop or bakery or soap-making businesses in Syria and refugee camps in the surrounding countries which provide livelihood to people who have nothing else left. I have to say, sometimes when working with faith institutions, you're reminded of just how many views there are of the world, how and why it's arranged as it is, and our relationship with the divine. But there seems to be a general acceptance that those practical things I mentioned are good things, that helping in those ways corresponds with everybody's version of higher truths. And those good things really do happen when we give to those registered charities that have the capacity to deliver. We see this every day. Charities who not only do this, they'd be deleted 10 seconds after sending, so no record of it will exist on their phone, and they couldn't be traced back to a UK-based NGO. In my opinion, that was a great example of a really creative way of complying with the requirement to monitor, whilst at the same time delivering aid effectively. People, we deserve to know that our money will be well spent. Given the very significant risks of working in Syria and the skills, expertise and networks required to do so, our advice to people to help in the best way possible has always been to give to registered charities. So you can check on our website at gov.uk/charity-commission, registered charities which have experience operating in these high-risk areas. I know we're in a place of Muslim worship here. Muslims as a group, we've seen are extremely generous. Last year I wrote a blog about the work that had been done off the back of fundraising during Ramadan. It was estimated by the Muslim Charities Forum that £100 billion had been raised by Ramadan, which represented about represented £38 a second for every second in the month. That is really amazing, in my opinion. Equally amazing was all the fundraising efforts to support people affected by the crisis. I love the example of volunteers travelling around on Sundays delivering chocolate cakes to people to eat during iftar, all of the proceeds being used to help people in Syria. That blog raised far more interest than anything else I've ever written, and people were genuinely impressed by the level of...
No doubt that the UK will take the strongest possible action to protect national security. The number of foreign fighters from across the world travelling to join Daesh in Iraq and Syria has decreased by up to 90% since 2014. Fourth, the UK is providing over 15 million of support for stabilisation efforts in Iraq, and in Syria we're currently providing humanitarian and immediate stabilisation support to the demolition of Raqqa, working tirelessly with partners on the ground to support those affected by the conflict. Fifth, the UK co-leads the coalition's effort to counter Daesh propaganda, and we host here in London the Global Coalition Communication Cell. Propaganda continues to decline in both quantity and quality. Finally, the UK is also leading the global...
In 2013, the CSSF has directly benefited 2.3 million people with improved infrastructure, education, and supported 2,000 people to improve their incomes. The second strand of this work is the political strand, so giving moderate opposition support to negotiate. You don't automatically become negotiators in the peace process. It takes time, and we're supporting